getting ready to order some jambalaya. We're at the Free Man in Dallas, getting ready to order some jambalaya.
Yummy. While in Dallas, we visited Deep Ellum, where we used to dance.
This used to be Truth and Alibi. We danced there. You had to have a password to get in, but we didn't because we always tipped. Club Dada. They'd often have 2 or 3 different groups playing. Here comes Three Links. We used to dance there. A little bit of a headbanger club. Salsera restaurant, but at 10 they bring out the DJ, push the tables, and you can dance. This used to be Star. We used to dance there upstairs. Looks like they're gone.
This is the Armory. They used to have live music and dancing. Escaping the bad weather in Dallas, back to the boat.
After soaking the bolts for the exhaust flange, let's see if I can focus on it, for about a month, they tend to break off. See how loose that baby is? I'm just glad it didn't break off the bolts. Would have had to have drilled and tapped it. So now I can pull the exhaust flange off and have it welded back to our riser to get rid of the exhaust leak. There, the exhaust flange is off, looking into the turbocharger. All the soot on the engines from the exhaust leak. Believe it or not, been cleaning some of the soot off. So next step, here's the riser. I'm going to strip off some of this. See, metal starts about here. And then I'm going to get the exhaust flange welded onto here and re-insulate it. I have a welder, once I strip off this insulation, who can weld this stuff. No exhaust leak. PU. Was pointing out, you know, most of this is stainless metal tubing with this fiberglass insulation on it. And see, it starts, I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me see. Maybe not. Down in there. Let me move the light. Let's see. You can barely see a little piece of the metal.
I was looking over some of our comments and I've picked out a few. They're a little bit from the past. One is episode 64.
Whoa.
Finally free. How fast does your boat go?
Well, we've had up to 183 miles an hour. No, wait a minute. That's the
In our
Hayabusa. No, you know, of course it varies with the current and all that stuff. Under sail, we've had it up to 9 knots. It was a brisk sail. Had all the sails out, the mizzen, the main, and the, you know, the Genoa. And actually coming up here, at some times we were motoring and we were in the Gulf Stream, and so we were practically idling our engine and doing 10 miles an hour. So
That was fun.
right.
From episode 76, Kitty Tattoo. Have you thought about having a sailing kitty cat with you? Just have to be very careful and maybe he or she is safe. Make sure he or she is safe and has a PFD when on deck.
All right. A cat personal flotation device.
Yeah.
Well, we like cats. We like dogs in the past. We've had them both. The one thing I've thought about having is a pet rat.
I actually grew up with pet rats. They're great.
Not in a bad way.
No, yeah.
Right.
They were intentionally pets,
Right.
not just running through the walls. But yeah, and they're very smart, of course, very clean, and contrary to maybe popular belief, they really don't bite. So they're nice.
Like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy said, the mice would, or the rats would run through mazes and then observe the characteristics of the psychologists who were conducting the experiment. I don't know if that makes sense. But
and I've seen PFDs on dogs and cats. Very cute.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'd make one small enough for a rat.
Rats swim pretty well.
They do. All right, episode 79, Nude, Cruise, and Tattooed. Do you have a good pair of marine binoculars that you use on board?
Yes. We have Fuji binos. In fact, these, let's see. All right. Here's a pair here. They're gyro stabilized. So these are 12 by 32s. And they work pretty darn well.
Nice. They actually came with Isabella. We lucked out. She
Yeah.
came with a lot of really nice extra stuff.
Right. We just keep them on the nav here. In fact, we have another pair of Fuji binoculars that are not gyro stabilized. You know, they have a compass in them and stuff, but they're pretty nice too.
Yeah, they all work well.
Yeah.
Helpful.
Nice.
All right, episode 179, Surreal Bikini. Steve.
Was that a title?
Yeah, I was surprised too, but yeah. Steve, if you want to compete with Karen, you need to get a mankini. Time to go shopping?
That paints a picture even I don't want to see.
Man, I thought I was going to get to drag you out shopping.
Let me think. One of those, I guess, maybe more popular in Europe than here. And, you know, gee, I don't really have the bod for it. But who knows? Maybe I'll surprise you guys in it.
Yeah, we'll think of a title for that one. That's all we've got for this episode. Again, as always, thanks for joining us, and keep sending in those comments and questions, y'all.
I know. I read some. Karen picks these out, you know, and so in an effort to, I don't know, surprise me or whatever. And but I read them too through the years. So there are some very interesting ones.
Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already.
So in the summer, it seems like our Vitrifrigo drawer refrigerator needs defrosting about every 10 days. During the winter, it's different. We defrosted it in September. It has needed it for a while, but we're going to do it today. So we're starting to defrost it. This is what inside of our drawer refrigerator looks like. Freezer's on top. You can see some of the ice build up here.
Finished defrosting the refrigerator. Makes me want to dance.